I have to share one more thought before I leave today. I don't know yet what I'm going to title the video, but we're already halfway through the book of Judges as far as time frame of when I'm posting this, and I had this thought to share this idea. It's very important. It's very related to the mentality of people today and what's going on presently in this country. And the misunderstanding goes on as far as religion and as far as true biblical understanding. That statement, true biblical understanding, I don't begin to claim that I know everything. Not in the slightest. But you see me here in front of this camera reading this book every day. This is, and that's not prideful. That's not saying it in a, I do this every day because I'm so. No, I'm seeking Him. And He loves me and He loves you. And He wants you to choose Him and to recognize Him and to kneel before Him. I think that's the whole point. That's the whole point of this whole life, is seeking Him and finding Him. And you don't see that. You see a religious assumption today. It's a good way to put it. Anyway, I want to go to the very last line of Judges. It's very appropriate. Chapter 21 of the book of Judges, verse 25. In those days, there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. Now, don't just look at it from the perspective of a king. Think of it in the mentality of what they're thinking of here. They're looking to someone or something to lead them to righteousness, to lead them to the right path. Unfortunately, they're looking and hoping for a king, because after Ruth, we get to 1 Samuel. That's when we get high school best man Saul, right? King Saul. That's what he is. He's a big, worthless high school captain of the football team, worthless, brawny, bleh. Okay? He's not the type of person that we'd hoped for. That's the king that they deserve. But ignore the king mentality. Think about it on the individual level. Me, just peasant, okay? Me. Okay, just think of me. Or you. We're all peasants here. Just little people, just walking around. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. My friend, about a year ago, a little over a year ago at this time, he called me to say happy birthday. And when I had just begun this channel, and somehow we started talking about God, and he said something like, religion doesn't necessarily determine worldview, or worldview doesn't interfere with religion, or some bullshit like that. I don't remember the saying, because it's so stupid. I don't get it, okay? My brain just shuts it out, Just say, whatever. I really don't give a damn what you're saying, because it's stupid. Because what he's really saying, or what he really said back then, and what people say now, is every man did that which was right in his own eyes. That's what people are today. And so, what's happening today? People are losing their minds over the virus, the economy, our president. Social distancing. You better keep your distance. Oh, he's going to church right now? Oh, call the police. Call 911. He's going to church. How dare he? And then, so they do things like that. And then they go do this, you know. And then they ask the question, why is this happening? How could God let this virus get out in our country? Or they say, why does this happen? Why is there a food shortage? Why does this person beat me up as I leave the store? Why do I get in the car accident? Why does this happen to me? I'm just a nice guy. I'm just this. I'm just that. When are you going to open this book and find out the truth of that statement? This is just one verse. In those days, there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in their own eyes, his own eyes. And then we're halfway through Judges, and there's the story of Abimelech. That's actually where I just left off. And in that story, people could make that same statement, you know. Why is God allowing this to happen? It's because both sides in the scenario are both compromised, you know. Even the people that assume they're righteous today, people who call themselves Christians today, do they ever open this Bible and really understand what it's saying? Do they even make any effort to seek Him? Or do they just assume the religious facade today? Let's lay it down real simple. Are you in Christ or are you not in Christ? It's basically that. Do you really believe Him? Do you really trust Him? Or do you make some nonsense worldview doesn't necessarily determine religious, scientific, blah, 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 blah. Why don't you open this book and find out what He really is all about? Why don't you really seek Him? Instead of just seeking that which was right in His own eyes. So you have the story of Abimelech, where both sides end up getting wiped out. And, you know, you ask that question, why does God allow 1,000 people to get wiped out? Well, that was the curse of Jotham. Jotham prophesied that curse. So you wonder why those people get wiped out. And those people were worshiping Dionysus anyway. They were worshiping wine and song and drink. Yet they stood up to the evil king Abimelech. But you think they're righteous. They're not. They're anti-heroes. They're not really heroes. They're full of it just as bad as Abimelech. Just like you today. You think you're a hero. You think you're righteous. You Christian today. You're just as full of it as everybody else. Then you have the other story in Judges. The woman getting raped and quartered after she gets raped and murdered by a group of wandering scumbags. Then the husband chops up her body and sends it to all the tribes, telling them to go to war over this murder that he pretty much caused. He just left her to get raped and murdered outside. He let that happen. Yet you think you're going to war for a righteous cause. And you're not. You're just as full of it as the people who raped and murdered the girl. See the problem? Nobody's seeking God. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes. She got raped and murdered. Well, we're going to have to go kill everybody then. Religious assumptions today. Why not use your brain for once? Why not actually open this book and seek the truth of Jesus Christ instead of seeking whatever is right in your own eyes? Your religious worldview determines your blippity bloppity blue. Bottom line, I get gunned down. I got two destinations, heaven or hell. What determines my destination? Whether I believe Jesus Christ or not. That's it. Choose. Do it now, before it's too late.